Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are back at the house, just walking in the avenue. And as I said before, things are happening very quick and I'm away and I just can't get all the filming I'd like to do done, but the house is looking different. So it is looking different. It looks very nice, I think. Now the lime plaster has gone off it, but we have to put back on the lime plaster. I'll show you why when we get in that far. I'll just go do a quick bit of filming and then get back into the day jobs. So we're just back up from Mill Street and just waiting for Father Phil to come home so we can go back to the pipes. But yeah, it just looks so different and looks really nice, but it's not that nice when you get up close and personal with it. So you can see the cornerstones. We have some lovely cornerstones. There's a big square block there, not deep. One runs that way, not deep, one runs that way. So it's nice square cornerstone. But when you get in to the inside of the wall, you end up getting small bits of stones, bigger flatter stones. It's a menagerie of stone, as my cousin would says. It's a rubble wall. It's built with small big stones. We'll show you the castle walls just to give you an idea, because it is basically the very same as that. You have big stones, you have little stones, you have all sorts of stones. The way the cousin put it was, I think it looks lovely like that, and I would be very tempted to leave it like that. But as the cousin says, because this is all lime mortar in between them, what will happen is, if we could try point it and do all that kind of stuff, but it'd be very hard. And because it's not really nice built like stonemason stone, you have so much mortar everywhere that's only going to allow the lime to absorb the water and then bring that water inside the walls and into the inside of the house, which then defeats the purpose. We'll just end up with the house being damp, whereas it never really was. Now there's a bit of dampness from up there because of the lead flashing on the extension there isn't great, so that all has to be done, and some of the plaster was off the end of that wall, so he may have to do a bit of pointing on the stonework up there just to leave it nice again. That's the reason why. So this will all get re-lime plastered. I think he's going to wash it, but he's going to let it stay out and let it dry for a couple of months. Just let it breathe, let it dry out, let it work. And also you may see all these white blotches. Now he was telling me maybe some point we'll get him on the camera, maybe not, I don't know how he feels about it, but you can see all them white blotches and they're all bits of lime. But I can go around and you'll see it across the entire house. Now this side had a slightly different lime plaster on it. It wasn't just as easy to come off, it came off more crumbly, so it's a little bit dirtier. But all across you'll see the white specks. What them white specks are is where the lime didn't get fully mixed, and it's still little balls of quick lime that now that is exposed, it'll take on water, it'll do its thing, and it'll solidify and it'll increase the strength in the mortar between all the brickwork. So that's part of the reason why my cousin wants to let it breathe, let it do its thing for a couple of months before he replasters it, is to get that all to do its job, solidify or whatever the chemical reaction is when water and lime get mixed. That'll allow it to strengthen and it'll increase the strength of the joints. And as he said, when the mortar of this was being mixed, usually what was done was a pit was dug, the quick lime, the kiln lime was in the bottom, and then they put the sand in on top of it, and then they put the water in, and then it would have been mixed with shovels and then just taken out of the pit and started slapped up onto the walls and into the joistings. And that's why, you know, when it was done that way, because you always end up with all these bits of lime that weren't mixed in thoroughly. So yeah, so that's that. But it looks really nice. Also the front porch is now off. Well, the door is off it. So, and then that's the fireplace out there. So we're in the middle of moving out furniture and stuff. So we have another 4 rooms cleared, 3 rooms left to clear, and we're just clearing out what's in the porch as well. So I have on the pallet our black marble fireplace, and it is actually black marble. I'm putting to check it. We're planning on putting that back in where the kitchen is now, where the stove is. We're going to reset that back into the wall where there should be a huge fireplace would have been an original kitchen kind of job, and then put this around it, or try and work around it some way if we can. That's the plan. It is quite nice. Just don't really know where my granddad picked it up, but my granddad was a devil from what my father has told me, from going around to auctions in big stately houses when they were being demolished or shut down, or whatever we all call it, in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Picked up a lot of furniture and a lot of stuff like this out of them. So, yeah, keep it safe for now. We're just coming out to the house. They're busy working away here. So the weekend we got this all washed down for them. Just leave it a bit cleaner, try and stop some of the muck that was coming up and down. Now we have, with the storm damage, we've lost slates just off the gable end of the house. My cousin was kind of half expecting it after the storm, but it's not too bad. So currently we have some more storm damage out here. So we lost 2 trees to the storm, so the cousin is just rattling up the ground here, just leveling it up. So these 2 trees here, this big one was just where he's at the minute, he's just leveling it up, but it took the roots out of the ground. But it literally uprooted it out of the ground, and there is some serious roots to it. And then there was another tree that we had left there that it split in 2 and the whole centre of it was dropping. So we just said let's rip it over while he's at it. Now we did lose one of these big pine trees, but we don't want to knock that because that was a tree Uncle planted, that he was given that as a sapling when he finished his, like, an agricultural course in town back in the 70s, I think it was. So we don't really want to touch that. We're getting ready now to knock the greenhouse and the porch off the front. But they're just finished. Had all the grass out of that now. So, and the porch, the wind is out of it now. You can see it down. We only lost slates off that side of the house because that was the side the wind came from. But apart from that, we got the trees. We didn't get away too bad, so we didn't. Really opening up the garden, so it is. Let's have the camera on time lapse, watch them knock the 2 bits down, and I'm gonna go keep the feeding done in the yard. I'll find somewhere to put this on time lapse. The remnants of the greenhouse is getting ready to come down. Took out an old rose bush Father Phil wanted, so that was sitting there. Now, I haven't been in here since they got more done, so they've the floor cleaned, all the stuff taken out of it, and stripped the ceiling back so you can see the joists. The plan is to replace all of that. The one thing that it's a bit of a disaster waiting to happen was, so that's the doorway into the room upstairs, but it's just about holding there with a bit of, there's a timber and a stone wedged keeping it up. And then also when they were digging, they found the foundation then there, so that probably when this was built was blocked, stoned across based on the stones there, and then at some point someone must have knocked it, and then someone then decided they didn't like it and red bricked it. Interesting, to say the least. Basically the gist of what's going to be happening here is everything is coming down, everything is coming off, and we'll be left with the walls and then go from there. People are asking, are we going for any grants? Are we going for any grants? No. The vacant property grant, or the derelict grant, has to be vacant for 2 years. The house hasn't been vacant for 2 years, and we're not interested in waiting for it. The SEIA grant, you have to have an energy standard of a B.
B something or higher.
Which, when Liv puts in a lovely oil-fired Aga here, I don't think it's going to ever meet standards for that. Also, with a house of this age and that, you're talking immense expense to try and get it to that level of an energy rating. And we're just not interested in grants, because every grant is going to cost us more money just to draw down, and especially the SEIA one would spend way more than we're going to get back. So we're not interested in any of them. We're doing our own thing, and we're leaving it to the cousin to do, because he's done it all before. We do have a crack out there going up, so that end of the house is going to be, well, not the lower level but the upper level where the new extension is going on that way. That's going to be removed. All that stone is going to be left out where the butt of the stone wall is, and I want to build a stone wall to finish off the edge of the garden just out there. And that's the plan with any of the stone that we take out. We also have a crack in this gable end, which the crack that's there, that's only a short one, just goes from just above the window to the window. That was, the plaster was on that, so that had cracked after the plaster was put on it. Whereas this crack here, which starts about the first floor and it runs up to the top, the plaster was put on after, or it was patched after, because the plaster wasn't cracked. Now, because it says there's no fear of it, he's seen it lots of times. All it takes is, you know, a small degree of settlement in the foundation on the bottom, and it creates a large movement at the top. But he's seen it before, he knows what to do, and he's going to get hit just left, right. I think the tie rods or something. Believe it to him, he knows like that. It looks really good with the stone off, doesn't it?
Yeah, have you explained why it can't stay like that?
I did, yeah, I explained earlier. One of the things we will be doing, where we can, we're going to be leaving the stone exposed on the extension that comes out this way. Wherever way the walls end up in that, if we have some nice and enough of it, we'll leave it exposed, maybe this side, especially in the snug where the stove is going to be going. And yeah, I'm trying to think. I suppose the one comment a couple of people said, why don't you knock it? And that's just, no, it's just,
I don't know how you could.
yeah, it's there's not a bone or a thought in my body that would ever think, oh, just demolish and start again. And people say it's going to cost more because we're not. Well, it's not. If we were to knock it and go rebuild the whole thing from scratch, we'd have to go get planning for all that. What we are doing doesn't require planning, because we're staying within the extension. There's 40 square meters of an extension we can add, so it saves us all of that hassle, all of that money. We're not changing the front of the house. So what we're doing is, yeah, I think it's going to work. We got the architect to do the drawings just to have it right, and she come up with some quite good ideas that we probably wouldn't have. But that's why, if we went to knock it, then you're planning, no way, I couldn't.
Even aside from that, I don't know why you would knock it. How could you knock it?
It's beyond
history.
It's beyond me.
Character.
Yeah, that was standing before we got here, and that'll be standing long after we're gone. And it's just a testament to the people who built it, and we don't even know who built it. That's probably the maddest thing about it. But look at, enough ranting and raving. On another note, the storm damage. We lost power, we've got power. I don't even know what way power is at the minute. But yeah, hopefully everyone is safe out there who's watching. Hopefully you haven't had too much damage done, and just be mindful when you're cutting up trees and working around power lines and stuff, because it's dragging on. Definitely, all this storm damage. We still have so much to do. The cousin, he's working today, and then tomorrow he's going starting to fix sheds. He just wanted to get them few bits down just to see what the next stage was going to be done. He's talking of doing a drain at the front of the house, because the corner there at the front is higher than the corner there, and he wants to get it that the drainage runs that way and into the field, rather than pooling up at the, not that I had pools at the minute, but just to get it that the drains, everything flows nicely. So anything else? I don't think so. So look, anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. More progress on the house. It's a lovely sunny day. There's lots to be done, but
This is where I knew it's going to be.
yeah, this is the new bed. This is the new bed. There's going to be massive big window, patio door things here. So we'll be catching that evening sun in the new extension, or a new bedroom above it, which we'll probably take. We haven't decided which room we want. Options. But anyways, yeah. Look, if you've any comments or any ideas or questions like that, please let me know in the comments down below. As much as some comments, especially knock the houses, it just reminds us like why, but sometimes people do come up with some really good and interesting things. So let us know in the comments. Before we start adding, that whole thing is going to be stripped down to the bare minimum, and then we start again. So anyways, look, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. So that's it from us. Good luck.